Hi guys, let's discuss current affairs and we'll start with one particular idea that we had mentioned in the previous session. This was a question that we said that we'll bring about in this talk as well. We had mentioned that at the time I had not discussed last week. I had not discussed these terms, but I'm going to discuss these two terms. Of course, repo rate is something that all of you would be familiar with. But anyway, let me repeat what's repo rate. Repo rate is a rate of interest charged by the Reserve Bank of India on short-term loans to commercial banks. Let me repeat. Commercial banks borrow money from the RBI. In turn, the RBI charges interest. Okay, and that rate of interest that the RBI charges on short-term loans to commercial banks is called repo rate. Fair? Simply put, when banks borrow, they have to pay cash. They have to pay interest to RBI. That today is 6.5%. Okay. Now, short-term is a term that we used when we see this repo rate is applicable to short-term loans. How short-term is short-term? Well, less than a year. In economics, anything that is of less than a year, is short-term. Okay. Because economics is a very dynamic entity. I mean, you look at things around, these are, moving all the time. Economics, like, our economy, the behavior of the economy, the behavior of everything that is, that comprises the economy is subject to a lot of conditions. And so there are a lot of external influences. The civil war, some part of the world, there could be a war between countries in some other part of the world. There could be political instability, economic instability, weather conditions, climatic conditions in some part of the world. All these things impact, and the rate of growth in different parts of the world. Similarly here, repo rate is again subject to conditions. Like, for example, if, inflation is high, the repo rate is high. Why? Because inflation is about money supply. There is a lot of money in the market. So, what the RBI does is it raises interest rates. When interest rates are high, what do? Do you save money or spend money? Well, you save money. You save money because you have got a cash now. So, what do you think of? Okay, let me not spend. Let me put this money in a bank deposit and that will earn me interest. Earlier, it was earning you 5%. Now, it's because the repo rates have been increased. Repo rate has been increased. Now, you're earning, let's say, 6%. So, you're earning more. Okay. So, at the same time, while the money goes into the bank deposit, your, the purchase, the amount of money that you have in your hand also goes down. Consequently, your demand for goods and services decreases, which effectively brings down the prices. This is how inflation is controlled. Okay. Also, there is another way. Interest on loans increase, not just on deposits. Interest rates on loans also increase. So, what happens here is that, let's say I want to buy a bike or a car. Now, the rates, I want to buy a loan. It's called buying a loan. You buy a loan. Okay. So, I want to buy a loan. The interest rate has gone up compared with the past. So, I have to pay more interest. Then I think, okay, hey, Bharat, you don't have to borrow money, man. You can postpone your expenditure and buy the bike or the car when the interest rates go down. So, what am I doing effectively is reducing the demand for it. I'm not the only guy in the economy. So, this happens across the domain. So, a lot of people postpone their expenditures when they postpone their expenditures, and consequently the demand for loans decreases, which also means that, the demand for goods also decreases. When the demand for goods and services decreases, the prices automatically decrease. Got the idea now? Yeah. So, repo rate is essentially a rate of interest charged by the RBI on short-term loans to commercial banks. Fair. Now, one more thing you need to understand is that this standing deposit facility and marginal standing facility are not directly impacted. They do not directly impact us. What happens is that they kind of impact people like us indirectly. Okay. Let me tell you how. What is standing deposit facility? This is, when a commercial bank has excess liquidity, has more paisa, okay, it doesn't want to lend. It cannot lend because there is no demand for it. So what does it do? It has excess liquidity. So it takes the money with it, and see, this is a ordinary person's way of saying things. Okay, it does not happen that you take the cash and go to the RBI. It's just that it dials up the RBI and say that, look, we got cash, we got money, we got liquidity, we want to deposit with you. Okay, we want to deposit all this excess cash with you, and would like to earn interest. So what happens here is, standing deposits facility is about the interest rate which is paid by the RBI on extra cash deposited by commercial banks with it. With it means the RBI. So when commercial banks have more paisa, excess liquidity, they go and deposit the RBI. So RBI pays interest. Now you may wonder, how is this different from reverse repo or anything? Well, it's very simple. Reverse repo is where the RBI borrows money from the commercial banks and pays interest. Fair? The current reverse repo is 3.35%. Okay, but you have to understand, at that time the RBI issues bonds. In this case, there is no collateral. No collateral. That is, the RBI takes the money from the commercial banks, does not give any kind of collateral. You have excess liquidity, please park it here. We may use it, but whether we use it or not, we are going to pay a rate of interest to you. So it is now 6.25%. Okay. Now coming to marginal standing facility. See, when banks need money, they call up other banks. Okay, they call up other banks and said, look guys, we need 5,000 crore rupees. And this kind of arrangement is what people call money and all that. Basically, this is interbank lending. When interbank lending happens, there are certain interest rates. But here, this is emergency need. What is it? Emergency need. A commercial bank needs money. It doesn't have, the other banks also don't have liquidity. So what happens here is, it goes to the RBI. It says, hey guys, we need paisa, we need money. So RBI lends money, but it charges the rate of interest that is higher than repo rate. Okay. Usually, this is a loan to commercial banks by the RBI, but the interest rate is higher than repo rate. Usually 1% repo rate, usually 1% higher, because this is the bank's need. So the RBI tries to cash in on this. At the same time, RBI tries to discourage banks from using this facility. See, higher interest rates would also mean that, banks would be worried, oh, let's not borrow. And that would mean that they won't lend money. That would mean that they also, give out fewer loans. So that also reduces the supply of money in the market, thereby controlling money supply, thereby reducing inflation rates. So essentially, all these rates are about supply of money. RBI tries to control money supply, and the essential objective of the RBI is twofold. One, push economic growth, GDP growth rate. Second, control inflation. These are the two things that RBI has, on this duty roster. Okay, let's do everything to push the economic growth, to control inflation. So this is how the RBI works, my friends. Controlling inflation is very important. Right now, its major job is to control inflation, because inflation is impacting just about everyone. Money supply is, the RBI says money supply is still high. So consequently, interest rate, repo rate and everything are very high. And we don't want people to borrow more, because when people borrow more, they create demand for goods and services, which is good for the economy, which is good for the producer. But overall, prices are increasing. We don't want that to happen. Okay. So we'll continue to discuss these kinds of things. Let's get on with the business of discussing current affairs. The Paris Olympics have just, got over, they finished, and, they just ended recently. And which country topped the medals table? We'll discuss the medals. Okay. Why don't we first start with the medals, basically? Okay. The US got 40 golds. The Chinese also got 40 golds. Let's call golds. The Japanese number 3. 3, 2, 1. Okay. But you know, since there was a tie between China and the US, they looked at silver medals. The Chinese got 27 and these guys got 44. Okay. So, by virtue of this, yeah, more silvers plus total. Let's look at total. The Chinese got, I think, 91 and these guys got 126 overall. Okay. So, overall higher medal count, overall higher silver count. That's how the US came to be at the top of the table. Okay. So, these are total. This is total, my friends. This is total. Got it? Now, the Paris Olympics was the third time that Paris had played host to the, Summer Olympic Games. Third time Paris, okay. The first time was in 1900. These were the second Summer Olympic Games, okay. 1896, they started modern Olympics in Athens, Greece, and then they came to, Paris, 1900. Then 1924 is the second time, okay. Now 2024. So, this 2024 games celebrate two things. One, the 100 years of, the Paris Olympics in 1924. Second, it celebrates is the 1924 Winter Olympics. The first time Winter Olympics were, happened, Winter Olympics had happened was in 1924. And where did they happen? In a French town called Chamonix. Let's use our English, not the French language. Okay. Chamonix is the place where the 1924 Winter Olympics happened. These are the first ever Winter Olympics. And this Paris Olympics, this year's Paris Olympics celebrates two things. One, the centenary of the 1924 Paris Summer Olympic Games and the centenary of the first ever Winter Olympic Games. Now, let's look at what are these pictures, okay. This is the mascot. What is this? The mascot. The mascot's name is Fries. What is this? It's a French cap, topi. It's a kind of a French cap, okay. This is the logo of the Paris Olympics. This is the Paris Olympics. You see this here? Paralympics. You can see this. Okay. This is for the specially abled persons, differently abled persons, Paralympics. So, it's the same logo basically. Essentially, it's the same logo. Where here you can actually through the logo they show that this is for para athletes. So, what's the mascot called? Fries. Fair. Hey, mascot. There is a spelling error there. It's not mascot, it should be mascot. What is this? This is the emblem, the Paris Olympic emblem. Paris Olympic emblem. Okay. What is the name of this? Marianne. Why do we say Marianne? You see, this is a woman, hair and all that, plus the light. Okay. One more thing. The Paris Olympics celebrated two things. We mentioned that, those things about the Winter Olympics plus the centenary of the 1924 Paris Olympics. They also celebrate one more thing, that this, see, you do not find a male there, only a woman there. Now, because 1924 Paris Olympics was the first time, sorry, not Paris, yeah, I think 1924 Paris Olympics was the first time that women were allowed to participate. Was it 1900? I think 1900, not 1924, 1900. Okay. This was 1900. Paris Olympics were the first time that women were allowed to compete at the Olympics. So, the second Olympic Games was the first time that women were allowed to compete. So, 1896 Greek Olympics, Athens Olympics, there was no women participation. One more thing. This Marianne here is the national personification of France. Bharat Mata is the national personification of India. Got it? Let me repeat. Bharat Mata, as you see, Ma, Ma Bharat, on a, with a flag, Indian flag and all, is a national personification of our country, Bharat. Similarly, the national personification of France is called Marianne. That's a woman. That's the name. That's why the name. Fair? You know what's the national personification of America? It's Columbia. There is a woman called Columbia. Yeah. This is national personification of America. I think I brought in a lot of things there. Let's go with this. The Sebi, Securities and Exchange Board of India, has approved the appointment of Praveena Rai as the Managing Director and CEO of the Multi-Commodity Exchange of India. Okay, let's look at the choices. Not much to discuss. This is India's premier commodity exchange. Commodities like oil, cotton, all kinds of commodities, metals and all that stuff. Bombay Stock Exchange is headed by the CEO is Sundar Raman. Okay, Murthy. You could write this Sundara Raman Ramamurthy. Let's Ramamurthy. Sundara Raman Ramamurthy. Yes. Okay. One more thing. National Stock Exchange of India. Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Okay. Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Who is the head of Sebi? Sebi, as you know, is a regulating body of the stock markets and stock exchanges in India, the capital markets and all. And, Sebi's head is Madhavi. She is in news these days for the wrong reasons. Puri Bhuj. Madhavi Puri Bhuj. Okay. Dash has been awarded the Olympic order by the International Olympic Committee. This is Abhinav Bindra. The great Abhinav Bindra is considered one of India's greatest sports persons. And Abhinav Bindra had won the 2008. I'm talking of only gold medals. Okay, 2008 Summer Olympic Games in Beijing. The shooter Abhinav Bindra had won the I think 50 meters rifle something basically. He won the gold at the 2008 Summer Olympic Games in Beijing, and he had also won the World Championship, if I'm not wrong, 2006 I think. World Championship, and 4 golds at the Commonwealth Games. 4 golds at the Commonwealth Games across the years. Plus, he won the he received the 2002 Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award, India's highest sporting award. Okay. He's also a Padma Bhushan recipient. And I guess that's about it, my friends. Yeah. That's too much. There's already a lot of things. Okay, we could discuss this. The International Olympic Committee. The International Olympic Committee is headquartered in Lausanne, which is in Switzerland. Lausanne, Switzerland. Okay. It's headed by Thomas Bach. Thomas Bach. Thomas Bach of Germany. So, the head office is in Lausanne, LAU. Yeah, Lausanne in Switzerland, and the president is Thomas Bach of Germany. And the International Olympic Committee was founded by 2 guys, Pierre de Coubertin, who was a Frenchman, and Dimitrios Vikenos of Greece, France. Oh, Okay, it's actually a bit stuck. Never mind. Okay, so let's get on with this. I guess this should be taking care of a lot of things, my friends. Okay, let me clear this. Yeah. Identify the correct statements about the, about Kumar Natwar Singh, an Indian Foreign Service officer, and later became a member of the Congress party. He was also the Minister of External Affairs between 2004 and May 2004 and December 2005. And of course, he was, as I mentioned, Indian Foreign Service officer. He was a pretty controversial person, and he was considered since he's dead, we should not talk anything wrong about him. But anyway, one book, his autobiography was called "One Life Is Not Enough." One life is not enough. That's what he said. One life is not enough. Yeah. In August 2024, India opened its new resident mission in Tirana, the capital of Albania. This is Albania. Okay. Let me use red here so that you are that much more comfortable. Okay. It's visible. This is, you can see it here in purple. This is Albania. Albania is predominantly Muslim. This is important to know, because I usually don't mention the religion and everything. But, in 1970s, it became the world's first constitutionally atheist country. Nastic. It does, the country's constitution said there is no God. There is no God. So, people are forced to give up their religious belief and promote a secular way of life. So, today, of course, Islam is the main religion here, but Albania historically has been a very secular country. Okay, and Albania is, the capital is, of course, Tirana here. This is the capital, Tirana, and its prime minister is Edi, E-D-I, Rama. Edi Rama. That's the name of the prime minister. Okay, I think I'll just stick to the capitals, because talking of Greece, Kyrios Mitsotakis, or Croatia, Abramovich, all these names are a bit tough to remember, yeah, and not really important from the exam perspective. Greece, Athens, it's a country of a lot of islands. You can see this is tiny islands here, okay, and Kosovo. Now, the thing about Kosovo, this is Kosovo, my friends. You can see here, this is Kosovo. This is a tiny country. This has limited recognition. Just about 103 countries recognize Kosovo, not all the countries, but countries in the West recognize Kosovo. Russia does not recognize. But please understand that Serbia does not recognize Kosovo, though it recognizes it as a part, autonomous province, but not as a separate country, because it broke away from Serbia. Okay. Kosovo's capital, we'll take it Pristina. Croatia, Zagreb. This is Croatia. You see this in yellow here? See, Bosnia and Herzegovina has a coast, but technically Croatia has the entire coast. You see, this is yellow. Everything is Croatia here. So, and you must have heard of a dog species called Dalmatian. Okay, it comes from the name of these islands. You see these islands here, they are called Dalmatia. The islands are called Dalmatia. North Macedonia, this is Macedonia, but Greece also has a province here called Macedonia, and Greece protested. For a long time, Macedonia and Greece had a dispute, like the Greeks told them, hey guys, change the name. Yeah, so finally, Macedonia said, okay, we are North Macedonia, that the map does not have the full name, and the capital is Skopje. The J is silent, Skopje. Okay. Yeah. You know what? This entire region, you see here, I'll draw a line here. Okay. This was a country called Yugoslavia. This is a country called Yugoslavia. It broke up in the 90s, early 90s, and these are all separate countries. They're all states there, they became separate countries. Okay. To combat a decline in its tiger population, which state has created new tiger reserve named Guru Ghasidas Tamar Pingla Tiger Reserve? Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh. India has Project Tiger. Project Tiger. Project Tiger was launched in 1973. 1973. Okay. Today, I think we have 55 tiger reserves. 55 tiger reserves and a little over 3650 tigers. 3682 tigers, but make it 3650 tigers. Okay. Across 55 tiger reserves. Which is the oldest national park in India? The oldest national park in India is, it's in Jharkhand. What is it? Sorry, it's in Uttarakhand. Corbett National Park. Corbett National Park was started in 1936. Corbett National Park is India's oldest national park, set up in 1936. Fair? What tiger reserves can you talk about in each of these places? You can talk about, like for example, at least we can talk about one place or two places. Uttarakhand I mentioned. What is this? Madhya Pradesh, you can write Kanha National Park, Bandhavgarh National Park, Simlipal in Odisha. Simlipal. Yeah. As part of the Pacific Dragon 2024 military exercise, which country has for the first time test fired a Raytheon? Raytheon is an American defense contractor company, SM-6 missile. This is Australia, my friends. Australia has an ongoing tussle with China, my friends. The Chinese, I told in one of the classes where we discussed the Chinese claims on the South China Sea, so this Pacific Dragons had a lot of American allies taking part. So the first is US, then Italy, Netherlands, I write in short, Netherlands, South Korea, Japan, okay, and Australia. These are the countries that took part here. And where did this exercise happen? In a place called Hawaii, the American state of Hawaii. It's an island state in the Pacific Ocean. In partnership with the UN World Food Programme, which state has launched India's first grain ATM, or what we call rice ATM, because it is a rice eating state. Okay. Odisha, of course, and World Food Programme is a UN agency. It's a UN agency. Now, UN specialized agency. It's headquartered in Rome. Where is it? Rome. Rome, as you know, is the capital of Italy, and it's headed by Cindy McCain. The Director General or Secretary General of World Food Programme is Cindy McCain of the US. And the World Food Programme had won the 2020 Nobel Peace Prize. Nobel Peace Prize. Technically, what's an ATM? We all would know an ATM is automated teller machine. Automated teller machine. But is it anything that's a vending machine, a dispenser is come to be called ATM. That's about it, nothing else. Okay. It doesn't dispense cash, it dispenses rice in this case. Now, one more thing. The first ATM came to India in 1987. 1987 in Mumbai. Who is the Chief Minister of Odisha? Mohan Charan Majhi. Mohan Charan Majhi. Jharkhand, Hemant Soren. West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee. Telangana, Revant Reddy. And Punjab, Bhagwant Mann. World Elephant Day is observed on August 12th. August 12th. You know, I'm not going to discuss its choices, but we in India, just like Project Tiger was launched in, we have a Project Tiger that was launched in 1973. Project Elephant, not writing in full, was started in 1992. 1992. Okay. This is, of course, India's Independence Day. August 14th is Partition Horrors Remembrance Day. Partition Horrors Remembrance Day. Okay. The Border Roads Organization has successfully reconstructed the Indrani Bridge in where? Sikkim. That's reconnecting the northern region of the state to the rest of India. Landslides and everything had destroyed the existing bridge, and that's how basically this came about. You know, Sikkim, let me tell you, you could remember this. Till 1975, Sikkim was not a part of India. Till 1975, Sikkim was not a part of India. So in 1975, Sikkim was, became a part of India and merged with the Indian Union. 1975. See, 1947 we became independent. At that time, the state of Hyderabad, Junagadh in Gujarat, Kashmir were princely states, chose independence. Okay. Now, at the same time, there were what we say. Just a second, let me clear. This is distracting. Now, there was Goa, Daman, Diu under Portuguese rule. Till 1961, they were not part of India. Puducherry, till 1954, Puducherry, Yanam, Karaikal, Mahe were not a part of India because they were ruled by France. So, 75, Sikkim became a part of India. So, I mean, it's been a long time in the making, my friends. Okay, the external boundaries have been long time in the making. Okay. Who is the Chief Minister of Sikkim? This is India's smallest state by population. Smallest state by population. And Sikkim, as its Chief Minister name, Prem Singh Tamang. T-A-M-A-N-G. Prem Singh Tamang. Okay, which has been rated India's best educational institute for the 6th consecutive year across categories. IIT Madras. Across categories, IIT Madras. Best research institute in India, IISc. Best research and best university. 2 categories. Best research and best university. Ahmedabad, best management institute. Best management institute. Okay. India celebrated its maiden National Space Day on August 23rd with the theme Touching Lives While Touching the Moon, India's Space Saga. Saga means a long story, okay, an epic story. Why August 23rd? Because on this day, last year, 2023, Chandrayaan 3 reached the moon, landed on the moon. So, 23rd August 2023, India became the 4th country and the first country, 4th country to land on the moon and the first country to land on the on the south pole of the moon. Okay. So, that's the reason why we celebrate our National Space Day on August 23rd. Because on this day last year, that is 2023, India became the 4th country to reach the southern space, to land on the moon, and became the first country to land on the southern or the south pole of the, the moon. Okay. Who is the father of India's space program? Vikram Sarabhai. Vikram Sarabhai. Now, you see this here, Vikram Sarabhai. He more or less is the founder of ISRO. Okay. And, he started not exactly ISRO, but something else. But later that became ISRO in 1969. The Indian Space Research Organization was started on 15th August 1969. You could say by the great Vikram Sarabhai, the father of India's space program. Okay. Dash has replaced Lakshman Narasimhan with Brian Nicol as its new CEO and chairperson. Starbucks. This is the logo of Starbucks, the world's largest coffee chain. It's a $39 billion coffee company. It's a coffee chain like your McDonald's, fast food, burger joint. You have Starbucks, which is a coffee, chain store. Now, this guy is the ex-CEO of Reckitt Benckiser, the maker of Durex condoms and Dettol. Okay. Now, let me tell you, Cisco has a CEO named Chuck Robbins. Chuck Robbins. He's also the chairperson. When you say Cisco, what city does it come to your mind? San Francisco. In fact, the company is named after the city of San Francisco. Okay. So, this is how the name comes. These are the last 5 letters of this name, San Francisco. It's San because it's Spanish. IBM. It's headed by an Indian named, the CEO is Arvind Krishna. Arvind Krishna. Microsoft, again another Indian, a person of Indian origin. These are all American citizens. So, but anyway, Satyanarayana Nadella. Satyanarayana Nadella. Nadella. Satyanarayana Nadella. Adobe, the E is pronounced. It's pronounced, okay? It's Adobe. And Adobe is headed by another person of Indian origin, Shantanu Narayan. Shantanu Narayan. Okay. Fair. Which Indian para shuttler has been suspended by the World Badminton Federation, Badminton World Federation for 18 months for breaching the anti-doping regulations? Pramod Bhagat. I am not going to discuss this question. Okay. These are also again not much because everything is already here. A drone is an unmanned. What is a drone? This is it. A drone is an unmanned aerial vehicle. Unmanned aerial vehicle. Remember, the H in vehicle is silent. So, it's pronounced vehicle. What is it? Vehicle. So, unmanned aerial vehicle, it's basically a remotely operated vehicle. And kamikaze is a Japanese word which means a suicide pilot, a suicide mission basically. Someone who would take their pilot, the pilot would take the aeroplane, the fighter jet and run into a target, kind of, especially ship, large target. So, India has also developed this, which can, these kinds of drones can actually, these are what are do and die, that is hit and explode, that's it. Yeah. So, we are now going there where very few countries have gone. We have, which have countries that have developed their own drones, because drone warfare is the future of warfare, my friends. To which nation has the US approved a $20 billion arms sale? Israel. United States has given, is selling arms worth $20 billion to Israel. On one side, America says, hey guys, Israelis come to a ceasefire. On the other side, they keep selling stuff, to continue the war in Gaza. So, we'll not go into the merits of the battle, but then, please understand the Americans believe in money, nothing else. Okay. Yeah. They have a very simple negotiation style. They say that you sit there, the Americans sit here. They say that what is ours is ours, what is yours is also ours. How? They say what is yours, what is ours is ours, what is yours is negotiable. Is negotiable means they know that everything has a money value. Yeah. Iran has a new president. What's the name? Masood Pezeshkian. Masood Pezeshkian. This is the new president of Iran. Turkey, you know the president Recep Erdogan. Let me repeat the name. Recep Erdogan. Okay. Indonesia, I guess I didn't have to tell you this, but anyway, since I mentioned it, Joko Widodo. Joko Widodo. Israel, we all know Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay. Which has become the first country outside Africa to report the more contagious strain of Mpox virus. Mpox virus. It would be Sweden, my friends. This is Sweden. I took a map here. I want you to become familiar with this map. Just a second. Let me use red here. You see these 4 countries here. Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark. These 4 countries together are called Scandinavia. What are they called? Scandinavia. Okay. The countries of Norway, Sweden, Finland and Denmark together are called Scandinavia. Scandinavia plus Iceland are called Nordic. What is it? They are called Nordic countries. Okay. Nordic countries. Nordic countries. Scandinavia plus Iceland is Nordic countries. There are terms for everything, my friends. Yeah, and I am fascinated by all these kinds of things. Aren't they amazing? Yeah. You may wonder what's amazing about this, but then that's how the world is, my friends. This is Iceland. It's an island country and it's a pretty small country, about 1 lakh square kilometers, 1.05 something lakh square kilometers, 1.06 lakh square kilometers, and the population is about 3.7 lakhs. So, pretty tiny place. Okay. Who among the following has been elected as the youngest Prime Minister of Thailand? Oh, I should have had her photograph. Pitongtong Shinawatra. Okay, her father is also an ex-Prime Minister of this country. Yeah, Thaksin Shinawatra and all. Now, who is this? This guy has been thrown out. Shinawatra succeeds Tavisin. He is outgoing Prime Minister and this is the King of Thailand. The King of Thailand. Mahavajira Longkorn. Mahavajira Longkorn. Thailand has a dynasty, a royal dynasty called the Chakri dynasty. What is it? Chakri dynasty. And the official name of this man is Rama the 10th. Rama the 10th. Yeah. So, from here we could go to some other place. Yeah, this is Dr. Ram Narayan Agarwal. He died recently. He is a scientist with the DRDO, and ladies and gentlemen, he is the guy who's nicknamed, earned rather the nickname for the father of Agni missiles. Father of Agni missiles. He died, he passed away recently at the age of 83, I think. Okay. Who is the father of India's overall missile program? The overall missile program is generally associated with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Abul Pakir Jainul Abidin Abdul Kalam is nicknamed the Missile Man of India. Okay. The Court of Arbitration for Sport rejected wrestler Vinesh Phogat's appeal against the disqualification from the Paris Olympics. Because she was overweight by about 100 grams over the qualified weight by about 100 grams or so. So, she competed in the weight category of 50. So, it is believed that she was a little over that. We will not get into this. We had already discussed this in the past. Okay. Who won the Best Actor Award in the 70th National Film Awards 2022? For various reasons, they got delayed and they now have been given. Yeah, the National Film Awards Best Film. Okay, Best Film has been won by Atom, a Malayalam film. I am not greatly sure about how do we pronounce that name, so kindly forgive my pronunciation. Best film, Atom, Malayalam film. Best director. Best director went to a guy called Suraj Barjatia. Suraj Barjatia for the film Unchai. It's a Hindi film starring Amitabh Bachchan, Boman Irani and what's his name? Anupam Kher. Okay. Then best film providing wholesome family entertainment, or best film providing wholesome entertainment, Kantara. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, also know one more thing. It is for this film that Rishabh Shetty won the Best Actor Award. Okay. One more thing. Best Actress. Okay, for want of space, my friends, I'll just clear this. Okay. Best Actress, there were two. One, Manasi Parekh. She won it for the Kutch Express, a film called Kutch Express. Okay. And Nitya Menon. This is a spelling, Nitya Menon. Usually we write with an O, but and this she won for a Tamil film, very entertaining film, Tiruchitrabalam. It stars Dhanush, I think. It's a very good film. Okay. I think we covered pretty much everything, my friends. All major categories. Enough for major. We should look at major categories. We should not worry too much about other things, my friends. Okay. Please make sure that you subscribe to our social media handles and all. And, you keep watching the videos we share, and also share your feedback by writing to us at info@timeforeducation.com, or simply leave a comment in the feedback down there. Okay. We work on your feedback, and in case there is something I could have done better, there is something that I could have discussed, something that you would want me to discuss in the future classes, please bring that in. We'll work on that. Thank you for being here. Have a lot of fun. Thank you.